Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Showing Up. We are taking up space with art. Hashtag TUSWA, T-U-S-W-A. Christine asked in the comments how I got the paint to be so speckly, moved around. So I thought I would take this opportunity to actually do a couple of these pages live on screen, because what could possibly go wrong with tubes of paint? So I did another color cube colorway poll. And this is the first one, and these are the hexy. Should do this over here, because I think when you press pause for the picture, there's something that happens in the middle. Anyways, we've got light pink, seafoam, cream, peach, and turquoise, and I do not have the turquoise. So this is a very specific method that I used, and that was I put dots all along here and pulled it across. That is a very different method than this. You can see there's a completely different pattern, but we're gonna try and reproduce that, but showing you this just because that might be the first page you see. Anyway, so we have two more. We have 164, which is Ghost White, Scarlet, Auburn, Charcoal, and Umber. I probably still don't have that Auburn, and that's going to be white, black, and red. Probably not. And the other one is this one, 214, Hunter Green, Apple Green, Pistachio, Platinum, and Crimson. Super, super Christmassy. Not opposed, because there's a whole pile of people who are now, woo, let's do Christmas before Halloween is even over. So let me put you on hold for a second. I'm going to go do some preps, and it'll be no time at all before I theoretically have something set up. Hang on. Okay, so we're back. Let me get everything arranged, and we'll go through what I have. So recall, this is my very large Canadian income tax with regulations annotated 94th edition 2012 autumn academic edition, a Walters Kluwer business. And so these are, so I picked this up at a thrift store. It was ridiculously inexpensive because apparently not a lot of demand, unlike they say Edith Holden book. And so these pages are really, really light. They are not tissue paper, they're heavier than tissue, and they have the added bonus of text behind it that is dull as dishwater unless you happen to be down the rabbit hole of finding out particular tax information. And also from 2012, where if you haven't got your taxes done, I don't know what to tell you. So the way I set this up is I get a fresh page, plastic on this side, because I don't want the paint to splosh over here. I want to keep these as clean as possible. I have a second piece of paper right afterwards, and that's just so that I don't, the paint is going to, hang on, there. The paint is going to go straight to this edge and maybe flow over, and if it flows over, it'll drip down and it'll stick the other pages together, and that'll make a mess. There we are. Okay, so generally idea what we have. So I'm going to be using this as a gel plate. I forgot the paper. Hang on. I'm back. We'll get there eventually. The other thing I forgot to show you is I did an envelope of the stripy colors. And so I tucked that in like that, so the inside would be clean. And so exact same method, just this pat, 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 flip over, pat, 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 and then we're done. So I wanted to see if an envelope would work. That's a fabulous envelope. I like it a lot. So this is my paper that I'm roaring through. I'm going to have so much paper so quickly, which is fine. I'm also aware that I am going to want to try different papers at some point. Like what? Like brown paper, dictionary paper, maybe vellum, maybe tissue paper, proper, all that kind of stuff, which are all going to have different textures and different reactions to the paint. It's going to be perfectly fine. So, got paper. I also have, come on you. This envelope, which is a bird calendar came in it, and I kind of want to cover it, and I don't know if I want to cover it with, say, just plop something like that down or color it. So we have that as an option. We have the paper. Not going to do any envelopes. Now I'll show you, what am I going to show you next? Show you the 4 pieces of very, I am being funny, high-tech equipment that I use to spread paint around, depending on how I feel. First one, a dead credit card. You can see that I use it a lot, and I am just using that as a sweep, or that, or you can use lines. You can do all kinds of mark making with that. Next, very high tech. This is a little bottle cap from Milk, and same kind of general paint moving idea as this one, except I can do circles, I can do splodging, I can do whatever. This is a palette knife that comes from the dollar store, and it's the same kind of moving around. This is really the only truly purchased piece of equipment for this. This is a jelly, so you know the jelly plates. This is a jelly scraper tool, and you can see, can you see? I don't know, maybe that's how you see it. The ends have very specific, I'm going to call them bite marks, so that when you pull paint like this, the paint will flow through the gaps and be pushed along with the solids. I also have, oh my goodness, I got bits all over the place here. This is it's a serving plate, ceramic. I sometimes use this for doing the brayer work, and this is just a place where I can balance the paint. Now for paint, another color I think I need air quotes. So green, I'll tell you what these are. It literally does not matter. Greenish, horseshoes and hand grenades, whatever you got, use. This is Force Green Deco Art. This is Fresh Cut Grass, probably out of service. Happy Green. This is Santa Red. That would look better. I don't have a crimson, I don't think. Crimson would be better, I think. And this is our infamous Buttermilk. I'm just going to pop back and see if I can find crimson. I feel like I have that color. Hang on. I do not have that color. This might be a better green. Those two might be the better greens. Other than that. So I have done, you can see there's letters, D, M, L, and L. I took a black and white photograph of all of my paints and designated them into tones. So these are light tones, that's a medium tone, and that's a dark tone. We're not going to worry about color. It is about this, I don't know what tone is. It's like, it's dark. It's medium, it's light. So white, black, medium gray. kind of like the yellow. The yellow feels nicer, so never mind. Okay, so that's an important part. It's kind of like when you have the those what do you call them? What do you call them? The barbecue claws, you know, the clackers. You know what I? And you go clip, clip, clip. That's kind of what this is. Okay, squirrel. So, in no minor shake, pop her open. There, I have no thought whatsoever. I know this is an empty one, so I've got to do it that way. Oops. There. Oh, this is another empty one. Oh, I might be getting good at this. Ooh. There. Some more buttercream. Buttercream. Then, a really good one, which is a red. Santa red. So there's a lot of paint on here. And as soon as I hit this with this, it's going to go all kind of blendy. So let us hit and see. Where do I want to start? There. Page 1. Ooh, it's fine. It'll be fine. So that's what we have. There. And that's peel number 1. So you can see it's the color has come back. And I think that's because it's all wet and it's all willing to move around. Here we are. I do that. And as you peel off paint, so this has got a little sort of space there. This is a bit dodgy. I can fill that space with something. Just pick a spot, powder down. I need to put that down somewhere. There we are. And sure, why not? Pourquoi pas? I don't want a lot. Let's try this. Let's try an angle. Should we? Yeah. Oops. And then, how am I going to do that? I just want the flippy back. Flippy over a bit. There. There. A little more on the end. Oh! That ripped. Because I was a little aggressive. There we are. Okay. So we've got that. And I'm just going to keep this rolling. So we've got that needs to dry, that needs to dry. Put these away. Or less away, but more up so that they can dry. This is the first one. Put that one up. And then this is the original sort of base jelly plate, and this will just become another page in here, and clearly very Christmassy. So I'm going to put down hold. I've got to clean up. I'll use this pinky. Clean up on all 5, and then we'll carry on. Alrighty, we have a nice clean space again. So I hope that helped in terms of understanding how I create this kind of a splodgy mess. It's not really a mess, it's kind of cool. Have I done any more? I don't think so. The other thing that I was thinking of, particularly for this one, is that I keep using that black fine liner, and I was wondering if I use gold for this, what that would look like. Or maybe the other thing that I could do is, I wonder if I've got the turquoise. Maybe that's how I use the turquoise. That green was supposed to be that green, and that blue is supposed to be that turquoise, but it's not. It's not blue at all, it's green. So I basically got 2 greens. But that's a thought, second thought. Okay, well that was a lot. Where are we at? Oh yes, okay, well, let's work on this. Because we've got a couple of things that we were gonna do. Oh, I was going to do that too. So other things that we can do this painty paper method on, obviously, is going to be anything related to file folders, empty packaging, and anything that's going to take the acrylic paint. You can do it on fabric. Fabric would be fun. Okay, so what am I doing? So I found a zipper. So we're not going to do the zipper first because I want some success first. That might be the other good one. Okay, so let's put that out of the way. I wanted to do something with that. This is my ruler. That's the other side of that. Okay, so we have this glued really nicely and sewn, so we can just pop it over just like that. And I was thinking that screams for a tag, or at least a label. And so we're going to put that in there. Sure. Sure. Ooh, and this will be the first time opening this since we shortened everything. Oh, that's much better. It's much better. Yeah, let's use that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. My orta jar. 1, 2, probably 2.5 would be enough. Sure. Oh, I forgot to do my conversation pieces, but when I know that I'm going to be talking, I don't think about it until I stop talking and I go, oh, I've gone all quiet. Ooh, we did not get all the paint off these fingers. There we go. Good. Good, good. Oh, yes, I do. There, okay. that in like that, more or less. Scoosh down that way. I need a book. Just using my awl and eyeballing. There's one. There's two. I'm going to do a fiber. Why not? There. So, how do we want to do this? Come on. It's been very rainy today. Absolute deluges this morning. Ay, mama, that hurt. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. There. There. Okie dokie, smoky pooky. There. Get rid of this. Pop those back on. Oops, come on. There we are. And we've got that done. Good job. Does need a lovely. I think I have a huge book over here that's got labels in it. was stuck without any more paper or craft resources. Apart from glue, I'd be fine. Okay, so this needs to be maybe brown. Possibly. Fun. Oh, we're gonna, oh, just pick one, Mary Ellen, just pick one. Just pick one. This is pink. Good enough. We're done. There. Two for the price of one. Might need to go up there. Oh yeah, that'll work. This requires regular cleaning because there's so little space in there to collect, unlike, say, a regular hole punch. Okay, I'm just going to plunk that right there. Well, I will if I can get it peeled. Sort of. Here we are. And then this. Is it right side up? I don't think so. No, there we are. That's right side up. Kind of like that. There. And then I have this. There's no more E's. Well, that's fine. I don't care. We'll use an F or we'll write it down or something. I was that whole list of silence was me looking at, is there any letter that I could use to sort of extend that is maybe an unused or a lesser used? K maybe? Let's try that. Sure. We don't care. I just need a line. Preferably in a green. I have green over here. It'll all work out. There. Your eye knows what it says. So that's my fiber book now. I'm happy with that. That's another thing we've got done. Okay, so let's return our minds back to this and maybe this. Do I want to do that first? Let's cut this up first because that's low stakes. And low stakes sometimes is just what you need to be able to show up. It's like, you know, I can't. And today, oh, did I ever battle today? I did not want to show up. You have no idea. Like, oops, am I banging you? No, I don't know, maybe. If I am, sorry. Did not want to show up. Like, did not want to show up. It's like, oh, I just can't. I can't possibly. But here I am. Here I am. Because I have set myself up to be able to do whatever. It's not going to be a tutorial necessarily. It's not going to be an along with me necessarily. It's going to be, you know what? Hey, I got out of bed today. Woohoo! Sometimes that's really the whole... Nobody gives anybody a victory lap for that, but if you know, you know, sometimes that's actually victory lap worthy. Don't ask me to do anything else today. I got out of bed. There we are. I just wanted some pieces of paper. I need to get rid of that little border right there. There. Okay, that's very good. I might just throw it out. You never know, but now I have it. So, back to this. So we've got this and this and that. So that's going to be the top regardless. It's either going to be those two sewn together. Oh, there's your problem. So neither one of those is the right height. If you did that, and you cut that off, yeah, I kind of like that way better. I say this every time, it's health and safety, top 5. I know that just moved. I knows it. Health and safety, top 5. It's going to be easier. Don't try and cut all of this at once. It's way easier to just keep doing pieces. There. Okay. And I think, so I had that at the back, that additional foldy fold thing. And if I do this, so this is what it would look like. I would just sew it in. Kind of like that. It's not quite long enough, so here's some additional thoughts. That is really not long enough. So hang on. I knew these would come in handy eventually. I thrifted a whole pile of zippers. These are ridiculously long, but they're also ridiculously chunky. But this one would work as being a non-chunky. Like this one, this one means business. This one was in a coat. Bless the heart. Okay, let's sort these again then. So that's thin. This hasn't been used. That's thin. That's thin. Oh, some of these have been plucked out. Wow. Somebody cared. Oof. Danger, danger, Roger Ramjet. I cut that right off. Another one there. Oh, I had a purple project going on. So they were either just picking something out to have the supply, or they were making mistakes. And it might have been a little of both. Okay, and these are all there. That goes there. Is that a heavy one? No, that's all right. So this is another heavy duty zipper. And these black ones. So we've got that length, which is way more than enough, which is fine. Then I have these. So that's larger. So maybe it's this size I need. Yeah. Well. Okay. So if I didn't have any zipper that was closer in length, I wouldn't use these because they are heavy, but I would probably pick one of these, and you can cut down a zipper very easily. And what you do is once you cut it down, you basically take a piece of fabric. Say this is my cut end, so you go chop, and then you sew that down, so you create sort of this kind of a lock end. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay, so that's those. Back in the bag. these back in the bag. You could also probably do a zipper as a closure, but I don't know that you would want to have that whole zippy locky thing. So, okay, better zipper. I've got that to there. Or pull it down just a hair. No. So the other thing that would have to happen is that I would need to sew across here and here and here to make this like a paper container, which I would do after I sewed the zipper in. And then what would I be left with? The other thing I would be left with is then sort of possibly gluing these two together, or also sewing them down this way and creating a very tall pocket. So I think that's what I'm going to do with that. Do I want that? I don't know. Maybe I don't. I'm going to say I don't after all that, because it sticks up and it kind of bothers me. There. Okay. And now I'm front and back indifferent. So this is going to be really a pockety kind of journal. And I might have enough, this might just be like a place where I could put in like 4 sheets of paper. How big is this? It's kind of like, I was trying to see whether or not it was that size. So it's kind of a modified, a little bit narrower, a little bit taller. Okay, so so we got that one done. That's there. What else do we want to do? Let's play with this. That's the glue. Is that going to bother me? Probably. Let's just cut that off then. There. Okay, so we are going to test the whole gold thing. Is this open? Yes, it is. Okay. So, where do we start? Starting an edge. My inclination is just to go, but let's start on an edge. Let's start on this edge, and then we can go this way, and I'm not dragging paint all over the place. Okay. Okay, that sound is kind of driving me nuts, and I can't see it, so I'm going to give that a royal no. Let us go back to the black, which is way over here. Be right back. You really do have to try all the things. You have to try. You have to try, and you have to see if it works, and it might work, or it might not work, or it might partially work. And the whole time you're just learning and understanding. And that's what life is, that's what art is, that's what science is. Got all your bases covered. Just got to start somewhere. Okay, well, now that I'm using this black, go right into the green. I do enjoy this, and I have no idea why. Oh, there's a there's a lady on the internet, of course there is, that does, what does she do? Give me a minute to think about what it is that she does. Like meditation doodles, kind of. She sort of does it. She's one of the creators of those books that we get, like mandalas and stuff. And she has a internet channel that just is like, okay, take a blank sheet of paper and we're just going to do some things. And it's lovely. I want to try one of them. I said a couple of weeks ago, I think, that I needed to get the bird feeder started. I never did it. And today there was an absolute chaos of birds in the back 40. It was ridiculous. And there were my usual winter birds that were sort of looking around, and I'm like, I haven't gone yet. But then there's like grackles or whatever, and they're just hogs. So you kind of got to wait until they sort of skedaddle. And then the food is left for the actual overwinter gang. Nobody is starving yet, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Okay, now that I've decided that's what we're going to do, I just want to do this green line so badly. I left almost none of the music visible. Not what I usually want to do, but oh well. Something different. And this is also a general reminder that if you try this, yours won't look like mine exactly, because it will look like yours. And that it looks like yours is actually genius. That's the great part. It's your hand, and your hand is going to be good enough. It is going to be fine. It's going to be spectacular, as a matter of fact. There is no need to be anyone else. It fascinates me, and it's a thought that I've had for a while, that there is a sort of a desire, I suppose, which is, you, if that floats your boat, you do you. It's not a criticism at all. There is a thought that is like, oh, I want it to look like a Victorian, shishi-fu with this, that, and the other. And I don't know if that actually exists. You know what I mean? Like, we've fallen in love with the fantasy, and it's the fantasy that is now the reality of what a Victorian book looks like. There is some things that are absolutely true that we're trying to reproduce. And I think there's some stuff that is like, they didn't do that. They couldn't. Or they could, and it was so rare because they needed, so many special circumstances. So anyways, that's my 2 cents. And the point being, whatever you do is going to be fine. This is kind of very sunsetty. These lines are pretty thin. I think another thing that happens when you just keep going is that you move. So if you try something for the first time and you think, oh, that was not ideal, that's fine. That's what first efforts look like. And if you abandon it, you say, I can't. And it is an emotional response and not a factual after analysis, because there may be legitimate reasons, but I don't want to give you a scapegoat. I want you to try and do it again. And just keep doing it over and over again. Because I think that's half of the reason, if not more than half the reason, why people can do things. Like people can draw faces. They can do calligraphy because they've done it. So in my my journal and my daytimer, every single day of the week I write out. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in case you didn't know what those words were. I'm getting really good at writing them now because I do them on the regular. My first few are awful. Like they're, well, that's not ideal. But it's like, oh, okay, well, whatever. It'll just be what's in my book. But then you get good at it. Then you make sort of minor adjustments. You something happens and it's like, oh, no, it goes that way. Oh, well, if I go a little slower. And one of the things that I figured out that was one of my problems was I was going way too fast. And it's like, just calm your little self. Calm your body. You don't need to go fast at all. I don't know what to do with that. There. Oh, we're at time. So, well, that's really interesting. So we've got it half done. So this is what no lines looks like, and that's what lines look like. The lines are awesome. They really make the sheet. In any event, I am glad I showed up. I am very glad that I took up some space today. I took up real estate on the internet, and I made it full of art, such as it is. Anyways, that's all for now. Please take very good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Always love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.